Hey everybody, this is Toby with Global Integrity Finance. I'm here with Mark Zimmerman with Renters Warehouse. We're going to talk to Mark about what he does and how he can help you grow your portfolio and how they'll manage those properties for you and kind of give you a turnkey service on all those buy and hold rentals and so on and so forth, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
Mark, tell us who you are and what you do.
So like I said, I'm Mark Zimmerman. We're Renters Warehouse. We actually focus in the greater Houston area only.
Oh, okay.
So for those clients you all are in kind of this space, that's where we work.
So us up in Dallas can't call you.
There is a Renters Warehouse location up there,
Oh, but it's not.
but it's not us.
I got you.
And it's
Okay.
independently owned and operated.
All right, so
So
we're
you'll
not
be
gonna
doing
get the same service.
Exactly. I'd like to think so, right? Exactly. So,
All right.
we started this thing about 6 years ago. The nice thing about us is that in 1997 we got the We Buy Ugly Houses franchise. You
Yeah, the
may have
big
heard
yellow
that.
sign, wasn't
yeah,
it?
Ugg or whatever.
Yeah,
Right,
the big
exactly.
yellow caveman on there.
That's right,
Yes.
exactly. So we started doing real estate back then. The investment group that owns that owns Renters Warehouse. And so we've bought over 1,600 properties over the time.
Right.
We've been doing this. I've done about 400 personally myself.
Okay.
And so we aren't just property managers that are going to help you with the management of your rental property. We also are investors and landlords.
So
like
you've
yourself.
you've done that. You've
I'd
been
like
there,
to think
you've
we
done
walked the
that.
walk,
Yeah.
right? I laugh and say I've made every mistake you could possibly make, so I'm a person you want to talk
So
to.
I'm going to be able to help you not make those mistakes.
I think so, yeah.
And that's so valuable. I mean, we hear a lot of people are getting into sales trainings and all that, and you ask them, so what's your background? Oh, I was a CPA or was
Right.
this, was that.
Exactly.
Well, how do you know how to do real estate? Well, I went to these classes and trainings. We like to find the people that have been in the trenches, that have done the work, made the mistakes, and yet succeeded so that we can learn and teach our clients this is what not to do.
I totally agree, and I think there's value in that.
Absolutely.
Because then you have somebody that's actually walked the walk and figured out some things maybe not to do, and there's I think some intrinsic value that you aren't going to get anywhere else.
Agreed. So tell us about Renters Warehouse.
Yeah.
Tell us about your services and programs.
So pretty proud about Renters Warehouse. We started 6 years ago. Like I said, it's a franchise, so we've got the Houston franchise.
Yeah.
We started with 3 employees and 0 properties to manage, and now we're one of the largest single-family property managers in the city.
Oh, wow.
We've got 1,200 rental properties under management. We've
Okay.
been doubling in size every year. I've got 32 great employees, from 3 to
Nice.
32. But I think the thing that makes me most proud is that, I think I told you earlier, we've won the Better Business Bureau Pinnacle Award, which
Yes,
is
you
a
did mention
top
that.
property management company in Houston for 2 years now in a row.
That's amazing.
And that's all about our people.
Yeah. That's like having the J.D. Powers Award in automobiles.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes. I never try and candy coat it. We make mistakes. But I think
Absolutely.
we're really good at not making a lot of them, and we're really good at fixing them if we do make them.
So tell me, I'm an investor. I've got some properties. I come to you. What services are you going to give me?
Great question. So we talked about how you want to engage with somebody that does what you do, so maybe they'll tailor their product to help you because of their experience.
Right.
We do pretty much everything that we do with property management, most property management companies don't do.
Such as?
Okay, for example, when we lease a property, meaning we're going to go and find a tenant to put into your rental
So
property.
you're going to run credit background on that
Going to
tenant?
do all that stuff.
Okay.
Well, what we do is we guarantee that tenant.
Okay.
No one else does that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So what normally happens?
And when you
is-
say guarantee, what does that come with?
Exactly. Okay, I'll walk into that. So, in most situations, when you have a realtor find you a tenant, which every realtor in this city will do,
We'll do that, yep.
Funny, the first tenant that applies seems to be the best tenant. Have you ever noticed that?
That's the one that's most qualified.
Oh yeah,
right
it was the
here.
first one. But they're great. Don't worry about that eviction.
I've weeded
Totally
all the
normal.
other ones out.
That's
for you.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So we got tired of that.
Okay.
And so we have our leasing agents. They know that if they put a bad tenant in, and that tenant breaks a lease for a certain time period on the warranty, they have to work for free and not charge another commission to put another tenant in.
Oh, wow.
And so I really think we put better tenants in because no one wants to work for free.
So if we get a tenant in the house and they're in there for 90 days, and then they start not making rent payments.
Yep.
So you're not picking up that rent payment.
Nope, but we have a product for that too, that we're the only one that offers that too. We'll talk
And
about that in a
insurance
minute.
policy. Okay. But then you will go in and evict.
Yep, we'll handle all that, and then we'll go find you another
And
tenant.
while
and
you're
not
going through
charge
the
you a
eviction process,
Yep.
you're finding me another tenant.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then we're not going to charge you a commission. The big joke that I always say is that most realtors, when you call to tell them that after 4 months the tenant that they placed that they said was great and not to worry
bailed.
about that history
Yeah.
is bailed, they'll sound really sad on the phone that they're going to have to find you another
But there ain't
tenant,
nothing else they're going to do.
but they're
about
going to get another commission.
it. Right.
So are they
Right.
really that sad?
Right.
I can tell
They're
you-
not going to work for free.
No, but
and, and right they're wrong.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
My agents are actually going to be genuinely sad.
Okay.
Because now they know they've got to work for
They're in trouble.
They got to go work for free.
Yeah.
So, it's a nice benefit for our clients to have
Okay.
that protection on the tenant.
Right.
But it also, between you and I, and anyway, that
Yeah.
it's also going to put a better tenant in, right?
Well,
Because
it's going to make a better quality. You're going to make sure you really screen them out.
I think
You're
so,
not just trying to get a commission, but you got to own that commission that you got.
Correct.
And there's accountability there in place that you do not see in property management firms.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
You never do. So that's one of the things I'm really proud of that we do that a lot of other
Okay.
property management companies do.
Right.
Is that tenant guarantee. So that's one of the biggies that we do.
All right.
And so the other thing that I think that makes us really different on the leasing side is that we also have a software, an application that we use called Rent Feeder, and it allows us to put your listing on 230 websites with one click.
Wow.
Yeah. So most
anybody looking for rentals is probably going to see my property
Correct.
based upon your marketing.
That's exactly right. Because they say that 85% of tenants these days actually go online to look for rental property.
Everything done online today.
Everything, right.
My in-laws, who are like old, still have an AOL account,
But they're online.
But they're online every day, all day long.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, you've evolved over here, but you got to get rid of AOL. You've got to get rid of AOL.
They're holding on to
Love
it,
you,
man.
Les and Ida. I know you're going to see this.
That's funny. Well, I hate to tell you this,
Yeah.
but you know what my personal AOL account is? My personal email account is?
Is it really? Is it still?
I've
now?
got 5 kids
Yeah.
and they give me
Yeah.
tremendous grief about having AOL.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I've had it literally for 20
At
years.
least 25 years.
So I'm holding
I
on.
did graduate to Yahoo
Right.
on my personal.
My work email is Gmail, so I'm
Good.
So
you're good.
I'm going with the
You're
kids now.
evolving with the business.
Exactly.
side of
I'm
it.
trying, but on
Right.
the personal side, I'm that guy. So yeah, so it's good to be out at more places, right? 230. Most leasing agents, I always try and compare us to other people. So
Right.
most leasing agents, they're going to put it out on 5 or 6 websites.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
no more because they have to manually enter them on each
Right,
one. They
right.
don't have the syndication tool. And I went to Texas Tech, so my math might be a little shaky.
We won't hold that against
That's
you.
what I'm saying. My
We
math,
won't hold that
my
against
math
you.
be a little shaky.
You did get Mahomes out of
Yes,
Tech.
we did. And up
Yeah.
to KC, I was just talking to a guy down there about that.
Yeah.
But I will say that 230 has got to be better than 8, right? Or
Yeah.
5 in terms of websites.
Agreed.
So
You get more exposure there.
I think so.
So if so let's just say, in fact, this is a great topic. We've got some properties coming up here in Houston. Let's say I want to turn those into rentals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go and walk the property? Do you let me know what the average rental is in that area and how much we can rent this for, and give me the full numbers?
Yes.
What's
Yes,
my
and yes.
profitability? Put in your commission, your fees. Where's my net cash flow going to come into? You give me that report.
Yes. So that's all great information. So our leasing agents really aren't really leasing agents; they're more investment advisors. We
Okay.
really focus on building wealth through real estate, not just be a property leaser.
Mm-hmm.
So they understand ROI, they understand cash flow, they understand yield, they understand appreciation, they understand equity build.
Okay.
I don't want to be rude. A lot of people that are agents don't understand those kind of conversations
Right.
just because that doesn't go on with.
It's not their day-to-day
No,
deal.
no,
They're finding buyers and sellers. That's
exactly.
all
People are
they're
going to
doing.
move in a house.
Right.
They don't even need to talk about ROI.
Right. Correct.
So I think we have that up because that's kind of our focus. And so you're going to be able to have those conversations with our agents. What they're going to do is they're going to run 2 different reports, not just one. One is a 6-page report that talks about market saturation, vacancy rates, trends for the neighborhood, which is fantastic.
Supply and demand.
All of that. And then they're also going to run an MLS CMA that's going to give kind of what the rent should be down to the penny for that particular neighborhood. So you're going to get 2 rental reports to kind of base your decision on what to rent on. So that's another leasing side thing that I think we do really well.
Okay. And so tenant moves in, been there for 6-8 months, whatever, leases up, they move out, the property's got some damage on it. So I contact you, you have contractors go in there and get that up to speed.
Exactly.
Of course, I'm paying the bill.
Yes.
You're not paying that bill, right?
No, but we're going to help you manage that entire process.
Right, but you're going to make sure that, so I'm in Dallas, but I got properties in Houston. I don't have to be here.
Right.
You're going to handle that for me.
That's correct. So we have 1,200 rental properties. Believe it or not, 56% of our clients are out of state.
Out of state area. Okay.
So we're really good with helping that out of state investor, out of country investor that can't be there physically to manage that process. So
Okay.
we're going to help you with the walkthrough. We're going to help you find that contractor. We have a vendor preferred program. People that actually, they're outside vendors. I don't do the repairs myself. You
Right.
don't want me painting your house.
But you have third-party vendors
Yes.
that you
They've been
vetted.
screened.
That you have vetted.
And here's the stick, or the carrot, depending on how you want to look at it. If they start messing up, we take them off our list.
They're out.
And we manage about 400 maintenance tickets a month.
Really?
400. So that's
Wow.
a pretty.
So that's a
big-
good-
That's a good
Yeah.
scale for somebody that's
good
a
job
contractor.
security.
Yes,
That's good job
So you
security.
really want to walk the walk with us as a contractor because
Okay.
if you don't, I'll cut you off, and there you're. Those
Now
400
you have
tickets-
to go find your own business.
Yes, exactly right.
Okay.
So, and that's a great question on the management side. So I kind of switch gears. So we have our leasing department that does the leasing side. Now we have our property management department. And some of the things that make us really different, again, we do things unlike most property managers because I'm a landlord. I remember what stuff made me kind of upset.
I didn't want to be a landlord.
I didn't either.
That.
No. I like the idea of having an appreciating asset that the tenant pays off, but I didn't want to.
But I don't want to have to deal with the broken water heater at 2 in the morning.
Exactly right.
Or HVAC system that went out,
And why is that always at midnight on a Saturday night?
Always at midnight on Saturday or Friday night.
It's never on a Wednesday in the afternoon.
Never during the middle of the day where you can take care. Agreed.
So on the management side, we actually we do things differently. We have a flat fee management charge that we do.
Okay.
So most property managers charge a percent of the rent. I mean, what have you heard percent of the rent?
I don't know.
Okay.
We don't. I've never gotten into rentals.
Oh, well, then
so I'm out of it.
I will ask that
because I don't want to deal with.
Most people don't.
Right.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
So most property management companies charge between 8 to 10% of the rent.
All right.
Usually 10% is the number.
That's to manage the property month in, month out.
To collect the rent, to go through the eviction process.
So there's a fee to find a tenant.
Yep.
That's one fee.
That's a leasing fee.
Now we've got that. Now we hand it over to the property manager, and there's a monthly management fee.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
And it's usually 10% of the rent.
All right.
But something that I think you will appreciate. I mean, we have a flat fee management system for a reason. I don't do any more work on a $3,000 rental property than a $1,000 rental property. So why should I charge you $300 for your really nice $3,000 rental property and $100 on it? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I've been doing
same hot water heater in both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same rent collection. In fact, the big joke is I would argue that $1,000 rental property is more difficult to manage and takes more time because there's going to be more late pays.
It's older property.
Older property, more repairs.
Yeah.
So no one's ever been able to tell me why I should pay 3 times as much on my, and I do have a $3,200 rental property, and I have a bunch of $1,200 rental properties. So no one can tell me that. So we're just a flat fee management company, which is nice.
Okay.
We're as low as $99 a month. So, for the price of, I don't know, a few Starbucks coffees, maybe it seems like. You can actually get management done instead of.
And that's turnkey management.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that makes us a little different on the management side.
Now,
that's pretty big.
What about security systems and stuff like that? So if a security system's in the house and it goes off, are you guys contacted as the first contact for that?
Absolutely.
Emergency services?
Yep. Okay. So we'll be ahead and get that contact.
I'm basically a passive investor on this.
Our goal is to be your professional landlord.
Okay.
Our goal is to get you out of the day-to-day stuff. Sorry about that.
Oh, he has to bring donuts to
I know. I had my wife set on emergency through. That was my wife because I've got my phone off, I swear. But I got to take care of the CEO of my household. I take that call. Sorry, honey, if you see this. But I'll call you later. But yeah, so being the professional landlord, we want to take you out of all the day-to-day stuff. And even the month-to-month stuff. But we're going to ask you the big stuff. Like an AC system goes out. That's a pretty big repair.
Yes.
We're going to get you some estimates, and then you can decide whether or not you want to have us help you with that, or you might have your own guy. That's fine.
Right.
And again, I don't do repairs, so I'm not making any money.
Right.
But we're going to help you through that. We're going to call you on that.
Right.
When the tenant's up for renewal.
Yeah.
And we contact our tenants 90 days out because they have a 60-day written notification if they're going to stay or not.
Right.
And if they say, I'd love to stay, we're going to call you, and I'm going to say, hey, Toby, do you want them to stay, or do you want to do something different?
Gotcha.
So on those big events, we're going to keep you involved.
Okay.
But we want to keep you out of the day-to-day stuff as much as we can because that's frequently why you pay us, right?
Right.
To not have to handle that.
Right. I don't want to mess with it.
And I've actually, what's a nice way to put it, disengaged from some clients that are micromanagers that want to be involved in everything, and I just have to be honest with them.
You don't need me.
I'm like, you really don't need me.
Right.
I know it's only $99 a month, but
you don't need me because
go save $100 and do it yourself if you want to be involved in every single. A hot water heater supply line went out and it was $80 to fix, but they want to be notified. Trust me to do the right thing for you. So that's what we try and do is take that off of you. And so on the management side, one of the things that's pretty neat is that not only do we charge a flat fee, but we've gone to that European model of property management, which is a team-based property management groups based on a certain number of properties.
So so each management team is only going to manage so many properties.
Yes.
That way they're not overextended.
That's exactly right. So there's 2 models that are kind of prevalent in the U.S. The big one is you get one property manager, and they handle 150 properties, and that's your go-to person for lease collections, lease renewals, evictions, maintenance, all that stuff. I already said that. And so you have to basically find somebody that's an expert at all those things that I just said.
Right.
So that's model number 1. That's pretty tough.
That's today's corporate America.
It really is.
Yeah.
And so we didn't even adopt that model when we started. We went with another model, which is you have silos. So you have your eviction specialist, your lease renewal specialist, your rent collection specialist, and that worked pretty well for about 3 or 4 years. But we noticed that communication was starting to drop off because you'd have one person, that was getting hammered, and if they weren't quick on calling people back, I didn't know about it.
Right. Right.
So this European model is really neat. So we have an executive that kind of runs the team, a manager that deals with usually owner issues, client issues, and an associate that deals with tenant issues. So you have 3 people that's basically running your property.
Gotcha.
And they only have one email and they only have one phone number for you to call. So when you email saying, Mark, you are horrible, you didn't email me back like you said you were, or call me back, 3 people are going to see it.
Gotcha.
So it's a very good
There's
incentive
accountability
for my
there.
complete accountability
Right.
fit in. And so we've seen our communication increase tenfold
Nice.
in terms of our clients and our tenants, because you have 3 people that can take that call, return that email, or
Right.
get kind of called out on the carpet by their team
Say,
members.
hey, you were going to take care of
Yes,
this.
and
I
you
see
didn't. What's going
didn't.
on? Yes.
And so I've trusted you.
Yes.
Now you kind of let us all down.
So we did that about 1.5 years ago, and it's transformed our business. And
Nice.
So that's something that's a little different that we do that no one else does, I think, or quite a few people do in the United States.
All right. So where do you see the market going in real estate? You've been doing this for quite a while on the
Since
ugly
2000.
houses.
Yep. 1997 ugly houses.
Where do you see the industry going now?
I think that rentals are still a safe bet. You want me to say that, but I mean,
But I'm new. Let's just say I'm a brand new investor. I've come to this Quest Expo,
Right.
And I'm kind of hearing all this. But am I too late?
Not at all.
I mean, it's always that you want to be the smartest guy in the room, you want to be the first guy in the room, and you want to be the
Right.
crook to be successful.
That's true.
That's the 3 things. So, but I'm not the smartest. Am I too late? And I'm not going to be a crook. So, do I still
Right.
have a chance of building a good valuation or a retirement plan in rental properties with the way the market's going?
That's a great question. So I can tell you that one thing is rental property is recession-proof,
Yeah.
and it's inflation-proof.
Yeah.
People always need a place to live. People need a place to rent. The nice thing is, which is kind of wild, is not only are the millennials really focused on renting and not buying,
Yeah.
they're a huge
They don't want to own it.
They really don't.
They
So
don't
there's
own
this huge portion of people that are still renting, even if they're 25, 30, 35.
Right.
And we've also seen seniors now selling their big homes and renting and actually going to the rental market.
Not having to
again.
deal with the maintenance of it.
Yes, and we know what the baby boomers are doing. They're getting bigger.
Yeah.
So there's a big pie of rental properties, and everybody's read Rich Dad Poor Dad, right?
Probably 20 times.
Yes, and how that was written, I don't know how many years ago.
30 years ago.
And so what did he say? He said, basically, Robert said you had 3 ways of retiring with passive income. That was income producing dividends and stocks.
Yeah.
Which I'm horrible at picking stocks, I'll be honest with you. So that's
We
off the
all
table
are.
for
We're
me.
not Warren Buffett.
I'm not either. Number 2 was like be a bank.
Yeah.
Don't go work at a bank, but be a bank where you get interest on your money.
Right.
Well, I'm not a multimillionaire that I can loan out money on, so that's off the table.
Okay.
And then the third thing he said was passive income through real estate.
Real estate.
Income producing real estate. And that was true 30 years ago, it was
Yeah.
true 20 years ago. it was
Even
true
through the
10 years
crash.
ago.
Even through the crash
Exactly.
of 2008.
Yep.
People, because it's like a stock. You go buy a stock and it's doing great, but if it tanks, you don't lose unless you sell.
Correct.
Now, if you hold on to it and wait through it all, and it comes back and bounces back, then you
Exactly.
still got profit and cash flow and all
That's
that.
exactly
Same thing in
right.
rental property.
And we didn't see rents go down during the crash.
No, you couldn't.
Values of houses went down, but rents didn't go down.
Right.
In fact, rents went up a little bit because more people needed to rent.
Yeah,
because
people
they got
couldn't own their
they got
house.
foreclosed.
They got foreclosed and they needed rentals.
I'm like, we'll rent for you.
Yeah.
If it's a foreclosure, that's
Yeah.
a different event that we might put you in.
Right.
Rather than something else, like an eviction. So
Right.
you're exactly right. And, I can't speak for the country, but I can speak for the greater Houston area.
Yeah.
Last year it appreciated, 5-6%?
I think
which is
close to 7, yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
And that's every year. And that's not just the value of the house, but rents are going up that too. So now you've got an appreciating asset that
Yeah.
you're allowing your tenant to pay off to do that equity build. So if you put it on a 15, 20-year note, after they get money from you guys to take it down and get into that position, go conventional, or go through with conventional too, right?
Yep.
Now they've got a mortgage that the tenant's going to pay off, right? Pay off your loan through rent. And in 15 years, 20 years, they're going to have a house that's appreciated and that they own free and clear, and they didn't have to pay a lot of money on.
Right.
I can tell you the numbers. So on a $200,000 house at 3%, in 15 years, that house worth of $311,000.
Correct. Right.
There you go. So
100,000 growth.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
That's big.
And then think about this for a second. And this is what we kind of preach when we do our seminars: is how much would you have to put down to purchase that $200,000 house all in? What would you say to go
20% down.
Okay,
That's
so-
the average, so 40,000.
So 40,000. So you put in 40,000, and in 15 years you got a 311.
yeah.
What's your return on that?
Yeah, so you made what'd you make? You made $70,000 profit.
A lot. So you
Yeah.
basically had 40,000 down, and you sold it for 311. You
Yeah.
actually made, I can't do the math, $240,000, right?
Right.
Right. $40,000.
Well, if you bought it at 200, you
Yeah,
sold
but-
it at 311.
But you're cash on top.
Cash on cash, right?
Because remember, the tenant's paying off your note for you.
Right.
So your cash on cash yield is crazy.
Yep.
And that's why we all hold real estate. And that's why Robert keeps on. He says, hey, you need to do passive income.
You got to get
because
it.
of that.
Right.
And so I think it's a great bet still. I don't think anybody's missed the boat. I wish I would have bought more properties than I did back during the crash. Because when the crash happened and values went into the toilet.
Properties for dying.
I should have come to you guys more. What I should have done. I mean, I look back and I'm like, man, anyway, but that's okay because it's cyclical. It's going to happen
It's going to happen again.
And it's not going to hurt us as landlords.
Right.
And it's actually going to give us opportunities as investors
More leverage.
to pick up more houses at cheaper prices using your tools and your products to make that happen.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming in here.
Yeah,
telling
thanks
us
for the
who you
time.
are and what you do, letting our audience know. Mark, how do they get a hold of you if they want to talk to you directly?
Very simple. So you just dial 713-224-RENT, which is 713-224-7368. Had to think about that for a second. I actually ran a classified ad, true story, back when I had my We Bugly Houses franchise. And my number was 713-376-SELL, S-E-L-L. And I didn't put the numbers in parentheses like I should. And I had an older gentleman call me, and he was very upset that he had to figure out what the number was.
S-E-L-L numbers
so
were.
I told him, I said, you're exactly right. I should have put it. I said, well, now let's talk about that property you have for sale. True story. He goes, oh, I don't have a property.
He was just irritated.
I'm like,
that's a grouchy old man.
It was. It really was. I'll probably be there someday. So yeah. So 713-224, sell, or what is it? 713-224-RENT, 7368. That's how they can get a hold of us. They can also go online. We are an e-company, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's renterswarehouse.com. Pretty simple.
Outstanding. Mark, thank you so much
Toby,
for spending
I really
by.
appreciate all the
Talk to you.
time and let us talk.
We'll
Thank you
get
so
this
much.
out and let our clients and everybody in our audience know how they can get a hold of you. Take advantage of your product, your services, and your programs.
Yeah, well,
Thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it very much. Thank you.